Hello there and welcome to Star Wars 1000, and today I will be ranking what I feel are Obi-Wan Kenobi's best moments, whether it was a funny moment, sad moment, or a serious moment. I will be looking for these moments from both Legends and canon. Also, I will not be including Kenobi's lightsaber duels versus other Force users or versus anyone in general on this list, as that would be made for a different video, but I will include moments that happened in either the beginning or end of his duels. Spoilers for everything Obi-Wan Kenobi. And alright, let's get on to the list.
Rex. No, wait. That's not.
No time.
I hope you at least told Padme I said hello.
This moment comes from the Clone Wars. Obi-Wan is such a major troll and a savage, so it's not surprising he made a comment like this towards Anakin. I thought it was kind of a funny moment from Kenobi, but it also has some serious undertones to his comment, because Anakin being with Padme is not allowed, and if they were caught being together, there would have been some serious repercussions. To me, this is a very memorable moment from Obi-Wan, and it's another great trolling moment from him as well. Up next, I have the reaction of Obi-Wan's to the death of Ser Tachi, and this comes from a Legends book called Secrets of the Jedi. Tachi was one of the two women Kenobi loved, and she was a Jedi, like Kenobi. They were always great friends, and they always had feelings for each other, but never acted upon it due to their situation of not allowing attachments. Tachi was unfortunately shot on the mission, and her injury was too fatal to recover from. Tachi ended up dying in Kenobi's arms, and they ended up having one last conversation where they ended up confessing their feelings for each other. The whole moment was heartbreaking, and the way the whole scene played out in the book, it was very an emotional scene in the way Kenobi reacted to the death of her dying in his arms. It's very sad. After she died, Kenobi almost acted in revenge because the dark side was flowing through him at the time due to her death just happening, but he stopped himself, realizing what he was about to do was really wrong. One of the many things I really like about Obi-Wan is he has gone through so much pain, but somehow always end up just staying on the light side. Like a normal Star Wars character would turn to the dark side if they were Kenobi, but Kenobi's something special. This is just another great moment from Obi-Wan, and one of the most emotional moments in all of Star Wars, in my opinion.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
This moment comes from A New Hope. This is our first introduction ever to Obi-Wan, and it feels so magical. The way Alec Guinness acts in the scene to the way the music plays out, everything about this moment is amazing, and it was a great first introduction to Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Okay, I'm kind of cheating with this moment because I've all three times Obi-Wan Kenobi has said hello there. But how can I not put this catchphrase on this list? And I feel all three times he has said it was perfect. Every time I hear hello there, it always puts a smile on my face, and it gets me in the mood to talk about Star Wars, which is why I always say hello there and in the beginning of my videos and in the comment sections, because it's like, I don't know, to me it's just like, or it gets me pumped up for Star Wars. I don't know why, that's how it's always been for me. I don't know why. It's probably Obi-Wan's most iconic moment as well, so of course it has to make my list for me, and I really like the moments when Kenobi says the line.
You were my brother, Anakin. I loved you.
This moment comes from Revenge of the Sith. Look, no matter how you feel about the prequels, whether you like them or dislike them, I think we can all agree Ewan McGregor was great in these movies, and he always gave top-notch performances, and it really shows in the scene, in my opinion. In general, I feel Ewan McGregor always does a great job in any role he is in, but that's just my opinion. Ewan does a great job acting in the scene, and it makes the scene feel very emotional. To me, this is a very powerful moment from Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it's a very vulnerable moment as he's crying his heart out to Anakin as he's watching him burn alive. It's a crazy scene, and it's a very emotional one, and a very memorable Obi-Wan Kenobi moment, in my opinion.
Force is what gives the Jedi his power. It's an energy field created by all living things.
This moment comes from A New Hope. This is another magical moment from Obi-Wan, and I think in general, Obi-Wan Kenobi always gives off this magical vibe in the original trilogy. The way Alec plays Kenobi here and the music playing in the scene, it's all very great. This is when we were first introduced to how everything in the Star Wars universe works, and Kenobi in this moment is explaining it all to Luke. I really like this moment from Obi-Wan, and I feel it's a very memorable moment, as well as feeling like kind of a magical moment going on as well, because like I said, he always had that vibe from Kenobi in the original trilogy.
It is you. You may have forgotten me, but I will never forget you.
This moment comes from the Clone Wars. Kenobi seeing the face of the person who killed his master again was a very memorable one to me. This was the beginning of Maul's revenge against Obi-Wan, and I like how Kenobi collected himself. It seemed like he collected himself when he saw Maul again for the first time since The Phantom Menace. I think in general it just shows how much Kenobi has evolved from where he was in The Phantom Menace up until now.
Tell me, is it the chosen one?
He is.
He will avenge us.
This moment comes from Rebels. I felt the whole interaction and fight between Kenobi and Maul was very poetic, but I'm mainly going to talk about their last conversation ever. Their last conversation was something very special to me. Also, the way it seems like Kenobi more had sympathy for Maul instead of anger that he killed his master and Satine. It's just one of the many things that makes Kenobi one of the best in my opinion. Like, the dude lost so much to the point where a normal person would have lost their mind. But Kenobi, he's just a Jedi master. He just seems so calm and collected about everything, especially near the original trilogy, or A New Hope more specifically. But he's just like so at peace with everything that's happened to him. And a normal Star Wars character would turn to the dark side, and just like a human being in general, I think they would have lost their minds losing all those people, losing a whole Jedi Order. Like, I can't imagine losing so many people and being the only one left, and it's just you have to have hope, I guess. And Kenobi always had hope, and Kenobi is just one of a kind when it comes to those things, and I think that's what makes Kenobi one of the best characters. Also, Maul is a tortured soul who has finally been put to rest in this scene, and I think Kenobi sees that. The way Kenobi handled himself in this situation was great, and his final conversation with Maul will forever be a very memorable Kenobi moment, in my opinion. This moment comes from the Clone Wars. Man, this is such a sad moment. I feel so bad for Kenobi once again. The way this scene and music played out was very emotional, and the look on Kenobi's face says it all. It's sad this man can't catch a break, like, goddamn. Again, Kenobi loses someone he loved, and it happened by the man who killed his master as well, which is just awful. This is such an emotional and sad Kenobi moment. Like, I just feel so bad for the character, but he always finds a way to push through all the pain and suffering he's gone through. And it's a very sad Kenobi moment, but it is one of the most important Kenobi moments in my opinion.
I'm sorry, Anakin. For all of it.
So the best Kenobi moment on this list comes from the Kenobi series at the end of the Vader and Kenobi's third duel, main duel in the Kenobi series. To me, this moment was so powerful, and again, Ewan does such a great, amazing job in this scene, like in tears, and he's so emotional, and just seeing his best friend, someone who he even considered his brother, in this suit. He doesn't even look human. This is like, it's crazy. It's like, he doesn't even recognize him. And at this moment, Kenobi realizes that his friend is no longer there, and he thinks he's dead. He calls him Darth. I think the whole way that scene played out between the two actors of Hayden and Ewan, and just from a character perspective of Kenobi, I think it's just a great scene, such an important scene, a very emotional scene, and it's truly heartbreaking. This moment always gives me chills. I've rewatched it so many times, and to me, I think it's the best Kenobi moment. So my top spot is this scene from Kenobi. So that's my list of what I feel Kenobi's best moments are, or his most important moments, or however you want to frame it. I did not realize that I put so many sad scenes in here, because Kenobi is not that, I mean, he has sad moments, but he has so many other moments too. He's not just defined by his tragic past and all the people he lost. He's more than just that. I feel those are the best moments in my opinion, or just like the most important moments and the most memorable Kenobi moments is when he's gone through a lot of pain, and there's more too. I mean, I didn't include the Qui-Gon, when Kenobi lost Qui-Gon. I think Kenobi was very sad about that as well, and I feel that moment wasn't one of my favorites, but still, I mean, that's another sad moment that Kenobi has suffered through, and the fact that he just pushes through all that pain, it's very inspiring, if I would say, in my opinion. I wish I included more comedic moments from Kenobi, but these are just my favorite moments. And let me know what your guys' favorite Kenobi moments are down in the comments below. I'm sure we all have different opinions of what we feel are the best Kenobi moments to us. And I wish I could include more Kenobi moments. I just want to keep the list short. I don't want to make the video too long, but I think these are just the 10 best Kenobi moments. And there's just so many great Kenobi moments. Not all of them could have made it on my list. So to wrap up the video, may the Force be with you always.